I have a similar trajectory to my father, which is both of us wanted to go to med school and decided to become CPAs. So I don't know how that kind of turns from that direction, but somehow I found my way at least back to the medical industry as someone with a financing background. But to your point, I started my career as a CPA at Ernst and Young. And that was literally the first job I ever had, in the sense that I started working there in my co-op terms in university. So it was my first professional environment job. So, I think there I really learned a lot about being able to do assessments on financials. And most of the companies we worked with were more like closer to public stage. I would say probably $20 million above type businesses. Nevertheless, the rigor of understanding how financials work and being able to audit companies really is kind of the same when you're looking at investments, because you're really kind of auditing and doing your due diligence, really. I was fairly early in my career when I got my CPA and in life. And so I decided, well, I want to see what technology companies are about. And so I actually joined a recruitment technology company called Clarity, based in Toronto. I was employee number 3. I think by the time I left, I was employee number 20. So I was able to see the growth of a technology company that wasn't venture financed. It was actually entirely owned or financed by the owner. But nevertheless, I learned a lot about technology companies and what it means to be part of kind of a fast-growing technology company. I think those lessons moved me on to the next step in life, which was I tried to form my own angel investing group called Deal Hall. And at that point, I was in the Toronto ecosystem, predominantly similar, doing due diligence and potentially providing deals that are in the seed stage in the Toronto ecosystem, mostly focused on SaaS-based companies, to an angel group that we created online with about 200 angel investors. And that was a very interesting kind of experience, predominantly because it got me into the world of investments, not just finance. And I tried to raise my own venture fund, which was around a $10 million venture fund. It didn't work out. I tried to raise some money and was pretty much told, you don't have enough experience to be a venture capitalist or at least a managing partner. And so at that time, we had an advisor. Her name was Annie. And so she was joining Grand Challenges Canada as the chief investment officer. And Grand Challenges wanted to start their own equity investment vehicle and that eventually became Cross Border. But to your point around Grand Challenges Canada, and not a lot of Canadians know about the phenomenal work that they do, but the Grand Challenges program, there are several of them, initially started by the Gates Foundation. But the largest is actually in Canada. It's actually part of the UHN group, and that's called Grand Challenges Canada. So as of today, all their monies come from Global Affairs Canada, and they have a particular focus on global health, with a specific focus on maternal health, which is where I got to learn a lot about MNCH, especially in a global setting. And I think that what Grand Challenges also taught me was around the concept of blended finance, which is Grand Challenges predominantly had provided grant instruments to global health innovators in maternal health. And there was a need to potentially also invest equity. And this concept was really formed about 5 years ago in the global health community, around the concept that grants weren't just good enough to accelerate companies in developing markets. It's also about having a board seat, making sure they're profitable and hopefully exit the company, so that there's enough proof points to other innovators that North America, Europe is very important, but also having a global mindset is very could be potentially lucrative, but also very impactful. And so that's how Cross Border Ventures formed. So as of today, Grand Challenges incubated us, but now they are now an LP in our fund. So they've invested in our fund, but we have various investors. A lot of them are global health and I would say global health institutions. And our particular focus as of today is a for-profit return fund. But we do have this equity angle, impact angle, which is very much with the ethos of global health, and being able to move technologies into these markets where others couldn't. So